Hey friends. All right, how you guys doing today? This is going to be a two-part video, not a long video, but a two-part video. The first part is I want to share a dream that I had last night with you guys. That's the important part. And then after that, I'll probably just talk about some things that I kind of randomly think about while I'm on my way to this meeting. All right, so last night I had a dream, and it wasn't a vision. People who receive visions don't have they know people who receive visions know the difference between a vision and a dream. And I'm going to apologize in advance for the bumpiness. I'm running kind of late for a meeting, so I don't want to pull over the car. So I had a dream last night, not a vision. And in this dream, I was it was just like an evening time, and it was like Jesus had called for his people to come. And it wasn't like a loud noise. It was just like everybody knew it was time. And so I started walking, and other people started coming from everywhere, walking in the same direction I was. Kind of like if animals all know at the same time to go somewhere. So we were just going, and we were all excited. We were like, okay, finally we get to leave this absolutely ridiculous man-made society that we live in, and we get to go be with Jesus. So we were walking and we were praising Jesus, and it occurred to me while we were doing this that only people who were willing to publicly praise Jesus were going. There were lots of people standing around watching us, and there were only like a small number of us who were going. And the people who were standing around watching us, they knew that they could go too if they publicly praise Jesus, but they just couldn't bring themselves to do it. And so the few of us that were walking had to come from everywhere. We walked, and then we kind of like walked up like kind of an invisible stairway, and that was the dream. And it was like when I woke up, I was thinking, okay, it's important that that I was thinking this. I was thinking it's important that I always not be ashamed to publicly praise Jesus. And there is a verse in the Bible that says, where Jesus himself says, if you are ashamed of me before men, I will be ashamed of you before my Father. And so that's in the Bible. And so I thought to myself, I need to always make sure that I don't hesitate to publicly praise Jesus. And I thought, if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for other people. I want you guys to just have that information. If you choose what you choose to do with it is of course up to you, but I want you to know that it's important for you to don't hesitate to publicly praise Jesus, publicly give Jesus glory. All right. According to my dream and the way I was feeling, that's an important thing. All right. So that's it. That was what I wanted to share with you. And now I have some other just kind of things that were on my mind. These are kind of random. All right. I was thinking this morning about uh, how I was looking at memes this morning when I woke up, and I was thinking that these millennials, they have an advantage. I think that the kids, the young people, like the teenagers today and the very young adults, they have an advantage over those of us from older generations before the internet, because they get on the internet and they create personas and avatars and personalities that are separate from them. You know, it's like you've heard phrases like keyboard warriors or something like that, and you'll have somebody posting guns and talking gangster stuff on the internet, but they're really just like a kid, you know, living in their mom's house, eating, drinking juice boxes and stuff. And these millennial kids know the difference between the fake representations that they make and who they are in real life. And I think that makes them more psychologically healthy than we were before the internet. Because in our days before the internet, when we would find something about us that people liked and responded well to, then we would like dig into that character, and we were not able to really separate that character from who we really were, as we'd actually become these avatars. I think that these kids today have more healthy ways of being because they can separate. And it got me thinking about Tupac, the rapper Tupac. Tupac is somebody, I looked at videos of him, like he had always had videos from childhood up until his demise. And I noticed that in each phase of his life, wherever he was, he just like embodied that thing. When he was on the East Coast, he was in an arts school, and he embodied that. He didn't have a gangster bone in his body. He was just like an artistic, intelligent kid. Then he went out to San Francisco, the Bay Area, and out there it was a very socially conscious place and very eclectic, and he presented himself as very eclectic and fun and socially conscious. And then he ended up out in Los Angeles with Death Row Records, which was all about gangbanging and stuff, and he became this gangbanger, thug life person. And he remained in that character until one fateful night he crossed the line and actually put his hands on a real gangbanger, and that very night he got shot to death. He couldn't separate himself from this image that he was creating. Whereas there's this rapper called Future, and Future has gotten rich and famous from making albums about heavy drug abuse and criminal activity. And in an interview that he did a few years ago, someone asked him about his drug addiction, and he explained he's not on drugs at all. He doesn't actually do those drugs. He just makes music about doing drugs because, according to him, that's what the people want to hear. So that's a person who created a fictional avatar and separated it from himself. So this fictional character he created is a drug addict who is involved in high-risk violent crime. And in his real life, this guy's in a state-of-the-art music studio, going to doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, and meetings with his personal trainer. Okay? At any time that he wants to, he can get rid of that old drug-addicted criminal avatar and create a new avatar as a successful businessman, or as a sophisticated patron of the arts. These avatars are disposable. All right. End of the chapter on my thoughts on those avatars. Anyway, I appreciate you guys joining me. I haven't posted lately because I don't want to post anything unless it feels important to share. I'm not trying to build up this page like you would a normal YouTube page. So I'm not doing things to be entertaining or to try to get a following. That's a goal like for a different type of page. For this, I'm not gonna just be telling you guys useless stuff. If the Lord lays something heavy on my heart that's useful for me getting into heaven, then I feel compelled to share it with you so you have that same information. And so that's when I'll be posting. So sometimes I'll be posting like 10 times a day, and other times it might be weeks before I post. Those who are live, I pray that you guys have a blessed day. We're not promised tomorrow. Make the most of this day. And those who watch it later, you guys have a blessed day as well. Peace.